These 3 videos are going to be interviews with Carrie Kafka. Carrie Kafka is a former director of young adult ministry in the Kansas City, Missouri Diocese, and she really started or put momentum behind 2 major initiatives. One is called City on a Hill, young adult events. It's a whole variety of activities. And the other one is an intentional young adult community called the Meyer Catholic Quarter, or MCQ. It's on Facebook. You can find it. If you're from the MCQ, please like this video and spread it around. And Carrie probably can't, I don't think anyone can take 100% credit besides God for the success of either of these initiatives, but it's hard to imagine either of them succeeding without the momentum that Carrie put behind them. So here's Carrie talking about City on the Hill and then the Meyer Catholic Quarter.
Well, City on the Hill, young adult ministry came first, and basically I had the privilege of working in the young adult and campus ministry office for the Diocese of Kansas City, St. Joseph. Starting in 2006, I started mid-August. And prior to that, there had been a little bit going on, but really on the Kansas side, they had a great young adult mass once a month that would draw people, and then they would go out to eat afterwards, and that was a good thing. And then they would do, maybe like a monthly Eucharistic adoration event. But when you don't have someone that's a full-time staff member, it's really hard to develop young adult ministry beyond that. It just takes a lot of efforts from a lot of people. So I would say that I absolutely did not do it by myself. I had an amazing leadership team that developed, and with their help, we basically were able to develop City on a Hill into something that is really a very multifaceted ministry. And the thing that I love about City on a Hill is that, first of all, it is a very hospitable group of people. We actually have 2 to 3 events per week on average, and the ministry serves approximately 350 young adults a month.
But is what's different about it that it's like a common branding of a bunch of different things? Like when I was in Washington, D.C., we'd have Theology on Tap, and we'd have this group and that group,
Mm-hmm.
But then they weren't seen as like a cohesive whole, right? Whereas is what City on the Hill is just taking a lot of different types of events and making it continuous, or like commonly branding all of it?
Yeah, well, I would say, it's all driven, it all flows from the young adult office and from the diocese. So young adults will get an email. I'm surprised that you're not on the email list. I'm surprised I never put you on there.
I think I might be.
Okay.
Or it was at one point.
So, at the beginning of the month, somebody will get an email, and there will be approximately 5 different things that month that they can get involved in if they choose to. And it could be everything from every Tuesday night, we have men's and women's small groups, Band of Brothers, Sisterhood. And Band of Brothers has about 30 guys that meet actually in the upstairs of this house. And then the women's groups, there's a few more of them. There's probably 80 women, and they meet in smaller groups around the city in different locations. So that's one facet. You have the opportunity to take Bishop Helmsing Institute classes to learn more about the Catholic faith. We have Catholic Challenge Sports, which is separate, but at the same time it flows from and is directly was originally supported by the diocese, by Bishop Fenn. And really it's taken off, and the board that's running that now is doing a phenomenal job. So we have about 6 leagues throughout the year. Right now we're playing co-ed flag football. We've got about 95 people playing.
Okay. So we'll talk about Meyer Catholic Quarter here in a second, because I think that's the most interesting, unique thing. Mm-hmm. But on this City on the Hill, for a city the size of Kansas City, and we are half in Kansas, so that's an issue, but how many people do you think are like, I don't even like the term like hardcore, like going to like 3 events a week or 2 events a week or 5 events a month, versus how many people are you guys are being reached in the largest sense also?
That's a great question. I would say probably 60% go to multiple events, 60 to 70%.
Yeah, is this like 100 people or 50
about
people?
350.
350
about
people
350
a month.
people a month.
Wow.